What's up, movie Schmoedown fans? It's me again. I'm back for another Schmoedown reactions video. This time it's between Robert Parker and Ethan Erwin. Never really thought I'd get to see this match. Ethan really surprised me, and I'm sure a lot of other people in his IG performance against Paul Oyama. And, well, Robert Parker is Robert Parker. So, yeah, I don't really have much of a favorite in this match. But I guess because Ethan surprised me as much as he did, I'm wearing this shirt, this sweater right now at the moment. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to be participating myself. But, yeah, it's Inner Geekdom, so I usually do good in it. So, let's see how this will turn out. So, here we go!
Everybody, welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. It's the Inner Geekdom Tournament. It is round number 2, and no one would have expected to hear me say the following sentence. We have Robert Parker versus Ethan Erwin in any capacity. Whether it was Inner Geekdom or singles, you didn't think it would happen, but it's going to happen here today. Ethan Erwin, the reigning Movie Trivia Schmoedown singles champion of the world, faces Robert Parker, the Spider.
Yeah, Christian. Now, if you had told me a couple months ago that Robert Parker and Ethan Erwin were going to be at odds, I'd assume it's because Parker did a magic trick, stole Ethan's watch, and never gave it back. While that may be the case and the lawsuit is pending, we do have an Inner Geekdom match. That is right. Erwin stepping into yet another division here in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. And his opponent today, one of the highly touted players in Inner Geekdom, Robert the Spider Parker, who can just have a gangbusters performance at any time. He's always a threat to one day be belted.
Well, Ethan Erwin is belted, and he is the singles champion. He's got an opportunity to be teams champion as he's going into a match with Shazam in the not too far future. And if he could beat Parker, he gets himself to the finals to potentially get a shot at IG. Whether he wins or loses here today, Ethan Erwin, I say, is having a better season this season than he did in his rookie season when he won the championship.
He won the championship. He was one of the best players we'd ever seen at that point. He remains that. He's a contender to be on any Mount Rushmore you want to say. Could he possibly fit Inner Geekdom into that? I didn't even know the guy could fit Inner Geekdom into his schedule, so it's going to be so interesting to watch this match play out against somebody like Parker, who is so laser focused, who knows this game inside out, who knows the Inner Geekdom categories inside out. And if you want more proof of that, you can stop listening to us, Yap, and just check this out.
People should be more scared of me now than ever. Everybody in the dungeon is behind me on this one. Wit is just a source of delight, and Kaiser really knows what to say and when to say it. So having either of them in my corner is a blessing.
Well,
you miss me?
A little bit, yeah.
Ethan Erwin may have taken a belt out of the dungeon, but he forgot to take our soul. That's currently residing in a briefcase in Burbank, being watched by a guy named Jules.
When Sam asked me if I wanted to play
great reference.
I was like, "You're crazy, dude. No way."
What I would say, upset here by Ethan Erwin, who has now won in singles, teams, and the Inner Geekdom in one season playing at the elite level.
Ethan Erwin has made it to round 2 of the Inner Geekdom tournament. Boy, those are some words a bunch of people never thought I'd get to say. You know who thought I could say it? This guy.
2-time singles champion, always a contender in teams, and now he's won an Inner Geekdom match. This guy is a pillar in the Schmoedown, a pillar that I am going to topple over today.
Scotty, and Bones, and Worf, and Alf, and a Legion of Tritons.
And Alf!
Can't help you this one.
Well, I'm not sure how much Ethan is really diving into some of the new and old categories. I know
he does not know Inner Geekdom. He doesn't know this version of the game. like I know this version of the game.
Sure, other players can play an IG, they'd maybe get 5-6 points. He put up real numbers. And I hope the whole league is on notice. We got a triple threat player on our hands here.
And now I get to face Robert the Spider Parker. Am I scared? Sure. I just invested in some of this. Let's see how this goes. And hey, with
Never leave home without it.
Maybe I'll be able to pull it out.
Erwin is wonderful, he's great, but nobody is standing in my way of winning this tournament.
This is where inner geekdom players go to die. But come on in. Water's warm.
Look, as we see in that promo, two different paths in IG. Erwin is the singles champion. We never even knew he could play in IG, and he beat Paul Oyama, which a lot of people thought was an upset. IG is not his place where he lives. If he wins, amazing. If he loses, okay, he's supposed to. Robert Parker was touted as the next great Inner Geekdom champion. He has not gotten that shot yet. Chandru Dandapani knocked him off of that opportunity. Chance did it last year. If Ethan Erwin does it, I think Parker knows this, and I can say it here too. The stock is gonna be hurt, but
That is
if
true.
he wins and he gets himself to that finals, he has an opportunity to get himself to that championship match eventually at the Spectacular.
And a win against Ethan Erwin, I don't care what the division is. I don't care if it's singles, teams, Inner Geekdom, NFL trivia. It's an accomplishment, and Robert Parker can take that into his next match. But with Ethan Erwin, Christian, like you said, he may have to climb a mountain, but we've seen him do that before. This could get hot.
All right, are you ready?
As spicy as a nugget.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. 3 rounds in the Inner Geekdom Ultimate Schmoedown division. Introducing first, representing the usual suspects, with a record of 1 win, no defeats in the Inner Geekdom division. He is the reigning 2-time movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Ethan Big Time Erwin. Ethan, look at the gold. What a season it has been so far. It's funny, when we had taped that match with you and Paul, it aired right after your victory, but you had not won the championship yet.
Yeah, it was 2 days. We shot it 2 days before the Merle match. So yeah, it was. Look, it was. I can't believe I'm here for a number of reasons.
Here's the one thing I'll say about it. I've known you a long time, and I know how focused you can get. And I will say this: I have been around the game since the beginning, obviously, and watching a lot of great competitors come in and play in 3 divisions. It ain't easy. It's tough. It's mentally exhausting. I have, out of everyone I've seen do it, I think that you have been the least affected. Is it overwhelming, or is it just, hey, I'm just going to answer some questions?
You know what? Yeah, it actually, because again, we've been studying a lot and just using that same format, but just throwing in some IG questions now and again, and especially in the last week or so, it has really been helpful. But yeah, my study practices haven't changed, and again, the mindset that I go into it is the same as always. If I know it, if it's in there, then I got it, and if it was never in there, I can't be mad at myself. And look, I'm just here to have some fun. Obviously, I was as surprised as anybody about what happened with Paul. So this is just gravy. I mean, this was the brass ring here. So everything else from here on in, I'm just happy to be here.
Ethan, what do you make of your opponent today? I'm sure you've had a little bit of time to watch the career matriculation of Robert the Spider Parker. Could he one day be the Moriarty to your Sherlock Holmes?
For sure. I know he's super impressive. I remember even seeing him, back when we were doing this in that studio in Burbank. And yeah, no, I'm really impressed with him. I if I was an odds maker, probably lay odds on him because he is friggin' great. But I'm gonna give it everything I got.
All right, Ethan. Well, you're about to go up against one of the really great competitors on the opposite side, the underdog here today in the match. So good luck to you. And his opponent, representing the Dungeon, with a record of 5 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 knockout, he is Robert the Spider Parker! The Spider doing that walk that he has done in every one of his matches here in the digital age. And I will ask you this, Parker, did you ever think you were going to hear that your opponent in the IG division was Ethan Erwin?
No one ever expected it, but I'm always ready for it. Before and after the match, I'll hail accomplishments and legacy and geek out over my fandom of Ethan Erwin and how great a player he is. But as soon as that first question is asked, as soon as that bell rings, I don't care who I'm facing. I look across at my opponent, I just see somebody I have to beat.
Parker, it's funny because I believe Ethan's a couple years older than you, but you are the veteran with this division. So is there a little bit of get off my lawn in you when you face a competitor like Ethan? I mean, look, you have Saturday warriors who think they could play a quarter in the NBA. You have funny people who think they could be stand-up comics. And now this guy thinks he could be an Inner Geekdom champion.
Anybody who's a champion in any division of the Schmoedown, I think, is lethal. They know what it takes to study. They know how to improve their knowledge, play the game, get to the top. So no, I don't think there's any ill will for him coming into IG. He's just got to be ready for it. If he's going to come onto my lawn, he better be ready for a fight. That's all I'm saying.
Now, there is not a lot of pressure on Ethan Erwin in this match. And Robert, you've been so close. The loss against Chandra Donapani, almost getting that title match against Mike, and you just missed that opportunity. You've been close twice here. So does that type of stuff go on in your head when you go into the tournament, or you just know that it's your destiny to get to that title?
I know I'll get there one day. I know I have what it takes in me. I think everybody who's ever seen one of my matches knows that I have what it takes in me. Sometimes it just takes a lucky break, whether that's the way questions lean or categories or what have you. I know I'm going to get there, just got to be patient for it, and when that opportunity presents itself, I have to be knowledgeable enough and I have to be ready to seize that opportunity when it comes, and I think this tournament is that opportunity.
All right, well, good luck to you, sir. All right, Mark, our competitors are here, and the IG tournament continues. What are the rules round number 1?
Listen up, folks, because the rules are slightly different than in a singles or teams division matchup. This is Inner Geekdom, so you're going to have 10 questions in round number 1. Each question still worth a point. There's no penalty for missing a question, and there is no stealing in round 1. We'll ask the question. You have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You're not sure you heard a question right. You want to buy yourself another 15 seconds to get that correct answer. Use a jeté rule. You also each have 1 challenge you may issue at any point throughout the 3-round match. When issued, we'll bring in both managers. We'll deliberate to our heart's content, and it will ultimately be your manager that confirms and ratifies if said challenge is taking place. Christian, competitors are set. And when I reference the Saturday Warriors thinking they could do a quarter in the NBA, I was talking about me.
Oh, I believe in you.
Yep. Are you ready, Parker?
Yes, sir.
Ethan, are you ready?
Always be closing.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Round number 1. Question number 1. We're going to start with Middle Earth. In the 2 Towers, while speaking to Aragorn, Gandalf mentions that his nickname used to be the Grey what?
And Christian, just judging by the backgrounds, it does appear that Parker won the drinking contest over Ethan.
I believe that's true.
5.
Where's the belt for that?
4. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And Robert? Yes, Ethan.
Okay.
Did not have it.
Did not
All
have it
right,
either.
so Parker goes up.
So I'm tied with Ethan Erwin.
As we get to question 2.
Your next category is comic book movies, which in Inner Geekdom doesn't really narrow it down, so I'll ask this question for a point. What comic book film will you hear the protagonist say the line, "You must have torn out the Q section in my dictionary because I don't know the meaning of the word quit"? which is how I feel about life. As a befuddled Harloff gets ready to count us down from 5.
5, 4.
Repeat the question, please.
First one.
All right. Question, comic book movies is the category. What comic book film will you hear the protagonist say the line, "You must have torn out the Q section in my dictionary because I don't know the meaning of the word quit"?
Parker uses that JTE.
He has a 1-point lead over Erwin. Erwin looks rested and ready for this question.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I think I need to get a new marker.
Hands down, hands up, please. And we start with Ethan.
Scott
Mystery
Pilgrim
Man.
versus the
Yes,
World?
and Robert.
No,
I did not have that.
Back. Look at that. So,
so I'm
1-1.
no longer tied with
1-1. And we get to our next question.
I
It's
watched
question
this movie
3.
recently. Why
Question
couldn't I
3.
remember that?
Graphic novels.
Graphique novels.
In Cowboys and Aliens, which actor plays Percy Dollarhide, Woodrow's troublemaking son?
Remember, whatever year it was, Comic-Con, all the buzz about Cowboys and Aliens. Remember that?
Yeah, then the buzz went away once it.
You know, Meredith edited that comic.
5, 4,
Fun fact.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And we start here with Robert Parker.
Paul Dano?
Dano.
Yes, Ethan.
Yeah, I finally got one.
Tie game. Tie game. 2-2.
And your next category is animated movies. Movies drawn by hand or on a computer. And the question, what year saw the release of The Incredibles 2?
I went to see this movie with my daughter.
Oh, you got a family.
Yeah, did you know that? 5, 4,
No clue.
3, 2, 1. Hands down. Starting with Ethan Erwin.
I said 2018.
That's correct. Robert.
I said the same thing.
You gotta remember where
Tie
you
game.
were.
3-3.
when
And
those
we get
movies
to
came out.
our next question. This is question 5. Planet of the Apes. In Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Caesar allows the humans to stay and repair the dam if the humans give them what?
What a nice ape. Hey, y'all can hang out as long as you just repair that dam.
Yeah, and give me something.
Not a deal.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Robert.
They're
They're
guns.
guns.
Yes, Ethan.
I said weapons.
That'll
Yeah,
play.
that counts.
So 4-4. 4-4.
All right. Your
4,
next
3.
question's in the wizarding world of the kid with the wand. Your question. In Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Willie Potter gave Professor Slughorn what animal as a gift that he named Francis? As in, it's my bike, Francis.
I started trying to watch that with my daughter recently. Did not play. Yeah.
The
5,
clown is scary.
4, 3. Didn't
Really
get far. 2, 1. Pens down. And we start with Ethan.
With a
I'm pretty
goldfish
sure this is
here.
wrong. I said a ferret.
With a
No, sir.
goldfish here.
And Robert.
With a goldfish here.
Yes. So
I knew it was alliterative, though.
Parker takes his lead 5-4. 5-4. No perfect
Okay,
rounds.
so I'm
but
tied with
it is
Ethan
a
again.
1-point lead by the Spider. In question 7. We're going to go to Who Said It. These are quotes.
Me.
In what 2008 film will you hear the words, 6 weeks ago I was ordinary and pathetic, just like you. Who am I now? Account manager? Assassin?
Sounds like what Kaiser would say if he was a personal trainer.
No. He'd be trying to rip off an account. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I know it's
1.
wrong, but I said
Hands
it
down.
anyway.
And Parker.
Kick-ass?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Ethan.
wanted. Dang it.
Wanted.
Ah.
And it is 6-5.
I
Parker
should
with
have
1.
known
but
that.
It is a fight with
I
1
should have
point
known
difference as we
that.
get to question 8.
That's in the category Transformers,
I'm
more
angry
than
with
meets the
myself.
eye. Your question. In Transformers
this guy?
Age of Extinction, who kills corrupt CIA operative Harold Attinger, played by Kelsey Grammer?
Kelsey Grammer's in a lot of just if you guessed Kelsey Grammer for any movie, you probably get it right.
Yeah.
Is he the next season's Ed Harris?
Maybe 5, 4,
I don't know.
I feel it.
3,
Guess I need
2,
to watch those movies at some
1.
point.
Pens down, and we start with Ethan.
I said Cade.
No, sir. And
I had the same wrong answer. I also said Cade.
Looking for Optimus Prime, a character
Optimus
of note.
Prime murdered a human being.
Yes, he
What?
did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. In cold blood.
they both missed it. And
Evidently
it's still a
he did.
1-point game. And we go to question 9. Alien versus Predator. Which film in the Alien franchise features characters such as Rix, Dan Lope, Ledward, and Maggie Farris?
It's obviously not the first time Optimus Prime and Kelsey Grammer have worked together. They did a 3-episode run on Cheers.
Prime was crushing it on that. He got a little too drunk on set. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Hands up, please. And we start with Robert Parker.
Is it
Alien
Aliens?
Covenant.
Yes, Ethan.
Okay.
No, you know what? I got it wrong.
All right, so Ethan misses that one. And Parker sees himself with 2-point lead now. 2-point lead, 7-5 for the Spider as we get to the final question in round number 1.
And it's in the category of fantasy science fiction. And the question.
Copy.
No, Christian, that's going to be edited out. A group of Nazis, led by Grigory Rasputin, built a dimensional portal off the coast of Scotland to free a cosmic being and aid them in war in what 2004 film?
And you know this part?
It was the Gregory
joke.
Rasputin part that really,
everybody knows your name.
Is that
They really
Bane?
gave it to me.
5,
It was Optimus.
4, 3,
It's really good.
2,
Thank you.
1. No, it wasn't. And we start with Ethan Erwin.
Hellboy.
Yes, and Parker.
Hellboy.
All right, so Robert Parker hits 8 questions. Erwin hits 6, and we see ourselves a 2-point difference here going in around number 2, Mark.
Yeah, you tuned in looking for a blowout. You haven't got it yet. Erwin hanging tough, just like New Kids on the Block. Your next round
Well, I got 5.
is the wheel
so
round.
Not that
Round
bad.
number 2, the Wheel of Fate,
Suppose.
Doom, and Justice emerges.
That's half.
Each competitor gets a spin at that wheel. Once you settle on a realm, 5 questions will be asked to that particular competitor. Each question is worth 2 points. No penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question recedes to 1. Ethan Erwin, good performance thus far, but it is Robert Parker, the Spider, who gets to decide, you want to spin that wheel first or defer to your opponent?
I will defer to the champ.
All right, so with that, we're going to remove Parker and bring in Sam Levine. All right, Sam, 60 seconds starting now.
My man. Dude,
I feel like I'm pretty consistent. That's the good thing.
do you know, like, all the bookmakers in America right now, they're losing their minds. It's a 2-point deficit after round 1 with you versus Robert Parker? This is crazy. This is crazy, man. This is like Spinks going the distance. It's wild, okay? So I'm very proud of you right now. You are
Thank you.
playing great. Shake off those misses. You know why? I don't know. I feel like I just need to point this out. He missed a bunch of them too. It's ridiculous. So this is great, man. 2 points in IG is nothing because we get bonus round 2 questions. So you make that up real easy. I love where your head's at. You know your geeky movies. So I don't know. Let's do it, man. Let's spin that wheel.
I'm ready.
All right, wheel's going up, and Sam gets an extra 2 points for a Leon Spinks reference. And here is
Very good.
Here is the late great. Oh, we're right back to Transformers. Mark can do his impression in just a bit, unless you want to spin a wave.
That category is more than meets the
Well,
eye.
we talked about this. You know, we know these movies. There's
do.
a lot going on. How do you feel? Up to you, man.
I feel like I can do a little better. There's definitely things.
This
on here I
this
like better.
category
Let's go
has the
for it. Let's
potential
go.
to be Robert
All right.
in
Let's go for spinner's
disguise.
choice. And then we'll pick
Yeah.
Transformers and really.
Yeah, I've always wondered if someone could get spinner's choice and then they pick opponent's choice just to really come over the top.
No!
You know, they do always say opponent's choice is your respin, so it's fine.
Cut out the middle, man.
They do say.
Robert. All right, you guys have 60 seconds to decide, starting now.
Well. You know, I love having opponent's choice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What do you want to serve up today, Parker? I'm going to say I like two things. I think it's Wizarding
Yep.
World or Transformers.
Yep. And he missed the Wizarding World question in round 1, so I think that's where I want to lean.
Okay.
Let's go Wizarding World.
All right,
They
Wizarding
both
World
missed
it
the
is.
Transformers
All right, Ethan
question
Erwin.
round 1, so
Opponent chose Wizarding World for your second round
guess we know
category.
I didn't go with that.
5 questions in the Wizarding World. Are you ready?
I am. Let's do it.
Here you go. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, what does Dumbledore tell Harry he saw when he looked in the mirror of Erised? Erised.
Socks, but that wasn't in the movie.
Funny, I was just watching this movie, and I'm pretty sure what he said is he saw multiple choice.
Is it A, socks, B, books?
That wasn't
C,
in the movie.
candy,
It's in the
D,
books.
love.
It's in the books. It's not in the movie.
I'm
But
going
yeah,
to go with
socks.
D, love.
It's incorrect. All right. So
I went for the positive choice.
It would be awfully romantic.
in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, what does Dumbledore tell Harry he saw when he looked in the mirror of Erised? A, socks, B, books, C, candy, D, love.
Some self-holding socks.
Socks is correct for 1 point.
I do love socks.
Here you go.
Love a
Question
good sock.
2.
They're pretty great.
Ethan, what is the name of the actor that plays the role of Dudley Dursley?
Henry Mills. I believe grandson of Patrick Troughton,
I've got multiple choice again.
the second Doctor.
Is it A, Harry Melling, B, Matthew Lewis, C,
Melling.
Thomas Brody Sangster,
Melling. I
or
said
D,
Melling.
Jacob Fortune Lloyd?
That's Sorry.
I'm going to go with A.
Guess I got it wrong on
That's
both
correct
of
for
them.
1 point.
It's Harry Melling. I said Henry Mills.
Ethan, for question
That's from
3.
Once Upon a
What
Time.
is the
What's wrong
name
with you?
of the Weasley's old gray owl?
Errol.
Again, it's the same thing that he saw in the mirror. I think the name is multiple choice.
Is it A, Errol, B, Pigwidgeon, C,
Pigwidgeon is the
Hermes,
second owl.
D, Harold?
And Hermes, I believe, was Bill's. No, it was Percy's owl. Pigwidgeon is Ron's second owl that he got
Oh,
after
D.
Scabbers.
That is incorrect. Parker, what is the name of the Weasley's old gray owl? Is it A, Errol, B, Pigwidgeon?
He's Errol, but he's
Pigwidgeon,
definitely not a
C,
Flynn.
Hermes, D, Harold?
A. Errol.
Yes. Robert
Should've
Parker,
been
I'm kind of
another
tied
steal.
with Ethan right now.
And that was
Just
question
wanted to point
3.
that out.
Here's question 4. Who is Ron referencing when he says, "You're a little scary sometimes"? You know that? Brilliant, but scary.
Scary. Hermione.
Hermione Granger.
Hermione.
2 points.
Hermione.
Big get
Hermione.
by Erwin there, Chris.
Yeah, he needed it. He needed it. And
Please
here,
keep them at that level from now on.
Technically speaking,
here
I'm still
is
kind of
the
tied with Ethan.
last
Just wanted to point
one.
that out.
here you go.
Even though the score doesn't reflect
In
that.
the Chamber of Secrets, Tom Riddle's diary takes Harry back to which month, revealing secrets of Hogwarts related to the current events?
June.
This is not
June
as easy as the previous
13th,
question. I'm going to go multiple
if I
choice.
remember correctly.
Is
I
it
just
A,
finished that book.
June, B,
Again.
May, C, August, D, October.
I'm going to go with May.
Again, I'm tied with Ethan
May
right
have
now.
to wait
Especially
as I get
considering he
to
missed that.
Robert Parker
Now I'm
trying to
actually
steal.
out
In the
scoring
Chamber
here.
of
Even though the
Secrets,
score is
Tom
still
Riddle's diary
tied.
takes Harry back to what month, revealing secrets of Hogwarts related to the current events? Is it A, June, B, May, C, August, D, October?
It is June.
That is correct. So Robert Parker gets himself some more steals there at the end of the round, finds himself up
I mean,
by
at least every
2
steal was
over Ethan Erwin. It's
multiple
11-9
choice.
going into Parker's
So,
spin.
There's still
Well done.
kind of
Now we're going to remove
2-point
Ethan Erwin,
deficit
and we will bring in
before
Kaiser. 60
Parker's
seconds.
spin.
My boy, that is the way it's done. All the
This is the
training
way.
is paying off, you know, and I'm just here to stay focused on you. I'm not here to say anything bad about Ethan Allen. I mean,
Ethan
the guy makes
Allen!
great couches, but in the inner geekdom, he's just a tourist. So, you know, Flim Flam Sam. I mean, he used to sleep on Jimmy Franco's couch. Now he's got his own couch that Ethan Allen made him in his workshop.
Anything you want to add to this conversation, Parker? I see Ellis is
No,
entertained.
I'm ready. My blood's flowing. I'm warmed up now. I'm ready to spin this wheel.
All right, brother, let's give it a rip.
All right, here we go. Here's the spin.
All right. Christian, you see how he brought the couch reference back?
Yeah.
Some people, they think they're funny and they want to be stand-up comedians. It's not for everybody.
Fantasy sci-fi.
Skiffy.
You're gonna get 60 seconds to decide
It's a
if you
tricky
want it.
one.
I don't hate it, honestly, right now, Kaiser. What's the score? Can I get a score? I'm sorry.
9-11.
You're up by 2. It's 11 to
Up by
9.
2?
Yeah.
9-11.
Well, I don't love it,
I know you don't.
but
We have the lead right now. If it were closer or if Ethan was up, I would feel okay spinning away. I think I just want to play it safe. Let's keep it. We'll check if we need to. I think this is going to be an okay slice for us.
It's a smart choice, I guess.
hey, brother, I'm going to trust you on this one.
Yeah. Okay.
So here we go. He's gonna stick with it. All right, Mark. So now 5 questions for Robert Parker in Fantasy Sci-Fi.
They stuck with Fantasy Sci-Fi, competitor talking manager into keeping it, and the competitor is Robert Parker, and the Spider's questions in the world of Fantasy Sci-Fi begin now. For 2 points, in the film Men in Black, what is the name of the extermination company that arrives at Edgar's farm?
Wow. That's a round 2 question.
Zap 'em.
Is correct for 2 points. He thought about it and got the correct answer.
Big pull by Robert Parker as we get to question 2.
And it is in the 1987 classic RoboCop. How long does Ed 209 give its victims to comply with an order?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options for a point. Is it A, 15 seconds, B, 10 seconds, C, 5 seconds, or D, 20 seconds?
I think it's 20 seconds.
I'm going to say it's 10 seconds.
10 seconds is incorrect. And so for a 1-point steal, Ethan Erwin, I'll repeat the question and the options. In the 1987 classic RoboCop, how long does Ed 209 give its victims to comply with an order? Is it A, 15 seconds, B, 10 seconds, C, 5 seconds, or D, 20 seconds?
15 seconds.
You have 20 seconds to comply.
I got it right, and they both missed it.
That's my last guess.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Here's the next question, question 3.
Unless, of course, you do comply, but Ed doesn't hear you drop the gun.
20
and then
seconds
it
to
doesn't
comply.
All right, back to you, Parker, for 2 points. Your third question. Which actor plays the mercenary I, Rock in Ready Player One? That's I-R.
T.J. Miller.
You said T.J. Miller, and that is correct.
Oh, you already
for
said
2
it.
points.
I mean,
we're still doing it.
I got it. I got it.
It's a 6-point
T.J.
lead
Miller.
for Parker.
I remember.
The
I love that
knockout
movie.
is
I don't know why
off
people
the
hate it
table
so
because
much.
Parker can
It's a great
get
movie.
up to a 10-point lead, but 10 points will be available for Ethan in round 3. So we continue
like a really
with the
badass
penultimate
Skeletor
question,
in
the
that
world of
movie.
fantasy science fiction, and it is.
Which is interesting because we
In
never actually
Conan
see
the
person's face.
Destroyer, Conan says that the only thing that hurts him is what?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options for a point. Is it A, pain, B, nothing, C, women, D, himself?
Okay, I was gonna say pain before they mentioned the questions because it sounds like something that
Incorrect, and so
would
for
work
another
in that
steal
movie. So
opportunity,
I'm gonna go
Ethan
ahead
Erwin
and
steps
say
up to the plate with the
pain
question.
because
In
why
Conan
the hell
Destroyer,
not?
Conan says that the only thing that hurts him is what? Is it A, pain, B, nothing,
I mean, it
C,
sounds
women,
like
or
such
D,
an
himself?
Arnold line. The only thing that hurts me is pain.
I'm going to disappoint Christian because I don't know the answer. I'm going to say himself.
Is also
With Payne
incorrect.
Wilson.
Flying in the face of Patrick Swayze from the Double Deuce, pain actually does hurt.
Oh.
Yes! Again! How did I know that?
Thank you.
Like I said, you gotta
Here's
put
the,
yourself
here's
in the
the
mindset
And your
of
final
what
question.
Arnold would
Parker
say
in
in that
category
moment.
of fantasy science fiction film. And it is.
The only thing that hurts me
Who
is
plays
pain.
Senator Aaron McComb in the science fiction film Time Cop, who volunteers to chair the Oversight Committee?
Ron Silver.
McComb, that is correct for a big 2 points. And now Robert Parker enjoys an 8-point lead as we careen into round number 3. It is the final round, the round that will determine the match. Round number 3, the rules are thus. We need some help from each competitor. This help comes in the form of a series of numbers. Now, Inner Geekdom, or, it's different than singles or teams where we only give you but 16 options. 1 to 16 are your numerals you may select. 3 numbers from each person, if you please, because each one corresponds to a unique category of Inner Geekdom know-how. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3 points. Your final question is worth 5 big points. Ethan, you're still in the ball game and have the chance to win, but it is Robert Parker with an 8-point advantage. So, Spider, your 3 lucky numbers from 1 to 16 are?
8, 11, 4.
8, 11, and 4 for the Spider. And big time?
I'll do 2, 7, 14.
2, 7, and 14 for Ethan. All right, so we are going to drop out Ethan at the moment, bring in Kaiser. 60 seconds. Kaiser starting now.
It went
Echo.
okay. That was
great.
still not a bad. That
Hey
wasn't
man,
bad.
hey man, we navigated it. We did what we said we were going to do. Who cares?
It could have been worse. Could have been worse.
This is a brand new game. Let's
mean,
not
it's an
think about
8-point
round 3
lead.
is its own match.
You
That's
can't
what we're
be
playing
mad
right now.
about that.
Before we get going, I want to apologize. I realize I'm speaking to Ethan Erwin, not Ethan Allen, the furniture maker. Ethan Erwin, the man who gave us the Sherlock Holmes franchise. This guy's a legend, but today he has to go away and not come back to the IG till next season. Okay, pal, you got all your JTEs. Use them.
I have 2.
You have 2. I'm glad someone's paying attention. I got jet lag. I just got back from Hawaii.
You good, man?
Beautiful country. So listen, you got 2 JTEs.
It's a magical place.
I just want you to use the clock, breathe easy, let the air flow, let the questions come to you, man. I feel good about this, and I'm just happy to be back in the ring again.
Yeah, me too. Happy
on
to have you
LA
back, man.
time with you. This is our tournament to win, baby. So let's let it rip.
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
All right,
Ethan Erwin, a legend.
that's time. All right, thank you. All right, Sam, 60 seconds right now.
Did you know that they were letting the lepers leave Hawaii?
Yeah, it's like an exchange program.
I thought they were. Once you go, you stay until you're healed. I gotta check the wiki.
Some
on that.
people you can never fully heal, so it's
That's-
fine.
that's
We
fine.
have,
Some people are just damaged
I have
for
no
life.
legislation. Look, so here's what's what.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know what's what. But here's the thing: they were in prime KO territory, and they blew it. Okay,
You
so right now that's an extra
blew it!
bonus point for them. They cannot pick up in this match, and that's
Exactly.
huge. So you've got one job to do right now, and it's answer some questions.
And avoid a TKO.
Unlike Parker, you do in fact have all your JTEs, so use them if you need them, my friend. Take your very best guess. There's no multiple choice, so whatever's floating around that jukebox noggin of yours,
I may still
go
ask
for it,
for
man.
it. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. But this has been great. You're like
Man,
Rocky
time.
Balboa.
All
The
right,
first match against Oyama, that was Spider Rico, but now you're playing against Apollo Creed. So let's show what you're made of.
Thank
Go
you,
get
guys.
it.
All right, so Ethan chose category 2, and that would put him back to the Wizarding World.
Good. I'm glad. I'm very excited about this.
Good.
They cast a lot of spells. And Ethan, just so you know, multiple choice is probably not an answer in this category.
I'm gonna see. Let's see though. Let's see how it goes.
All right, here you go, Ethan.
Your question in the world of wizarding for 2 points. The spell Brachium Amendo can be seen performed in what Harry Potter film?
Chamber of Secrets. That's the thing that Lockhart does to take away Harry's bones.
Harry
of his
Potter
heart.
and the Goblet of Fire.
Oh,
Incorrect. We're looking for Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets. And for
Oh.
now, here is where we
Brachium
stand, Christian. Ethan Erwin
Amendo!
can still avoid a TKO, but in order to do so, he's going to have to hit both his 3-pointer and his 5-pointer. Should he miss on his very next question,
still
it will be a
outscoring
TKO
Ethan by
win
a lot.
for the
Just wanted to
Spider.
point that out.
All
Just wanted
right,
to
so
say that.
Ethan Erwin, for this category here, he chose category 7,
Seven.
and that would be Batman.
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na, Batman.
Batman it is. Apparently he's not great in the bedroom, but he is in many a movie. And
He's
now
generous.
for your 3-point question to keep the match going, Ethan. Who plays Commissioner Gordon in Batman Forever?
Cat Hingle.
And he's just terrific
Yeah.
in it, too. That is correct. Erwin
that's
stays
true.
alive for
Staying
the
alive.
moment. It's now
Staying
17-12 as he garners an applause break from his opponent. I don't think
Thank you.
Parker's
I'll
going to be
take it.
clapping
I'll
if he
take
can
it.
hit
That was a good
this
hit.
5-pointer, though. Christian, it all comes down to this for Erwin to avoid the TKO.
All right, so
Cool.
Ethan Erwin, in order to avoid that TKO, he's got to hit his 5-pointer. Chose category 14, and that gives him DC films. DC
right.
films.
Movies that take place in the District of Columbia. And
Good. Great.
your 5-point question, Ethan, to keep the match going, to force the hand of Parker and to avoid the TKO. Your question is, Mariel Hemingway plays Lucy Warfield in what film featuring Superman?
Five.
Superman 3.
Superman for the Quest for Peace.
And your
winner!
by way of technical knockout, advancing to the finals, Robert the Spider Parker. Yes, sir. Superman 4.
The Quest for Peace! I got it right!
Done, baby. Let's go.
So they did it. And now Robert Parker will go on to wait the winner of Moose Haas versus Saul in the finals, the 5-rounder finals. But guys, congratulations. Picking up 3 points there, giving a -1 to the suspects. And we will see you in the winner's circle with Jen Sturger. That was opponent's choice. Sometimes you see people, I mean, you've seen Ethan do it in the past, fight back from opponent's choice. But today, opponent's choice took the champ out. He's still the singles champ, of course.
Still a champ.
He's still the singles champion, but he is 1-1 now in Inner Geekdom. The dream of the IG championship for Ethan Erwin is gone, but not for Robert Parker, as he is now in the same season, in his second, if you will, opportunity to get to a title shot. Chandru took it away from him last time. Will Saul or Moose Haas take it away from him next time?
The very focused Robert Parker we saw here today, and I think he's ready for whoever the challenger is going to be that he faces in that epic 5-round clash coming soon. But I will say this for Ethan Erwin, although Parker's manager Kaiser may have confused him with a couch company, Ethan Allen, I think by the end of this match he earned the respect of not just Kaiser and Parker, but of everyone that has ever set foot in an Inner Geekdom match. Ethan Erwin, a very game competitor and opponent for Parker the Spider. And now, to hear more from the man who confused Ethan Allen and Ethan Erwin and who thinks Hawaii is its own country, and the winner today, Robert the Spider Parker, we turn it over to the great Jen Sturger.
Did he really?
Jen Sturger, it's good to see you.
I was just waiting for you to get in frame, to be honest.
Am I ever really in frame?
Never.
I
in your
didn't
life.
do it. I've
Anyways,
been
congratulations, Parker.
framed.
This is a
Waka
huge
waka.
win. You
I
must
just
be
watched
feeling
that
pretty
movie a
amazing
couple
right
of
now.
couple
I
of days
think,
ago. I
like
love
you
it.
said, it's one thing to face Ethan Erwin, in one of the other divisions that he plays in, but he kind of came in and played in your home turf today.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Ethan's a great guy. I saw him enjoying a beverage. Cheers, Ethan. That was a well-fought match, but I just got my 3rd TKO this season. All right, I just played the statistically worst match I've ever played in my life and still won by TKO. That should scare whoever comes out of that opposite side of the bracket.
That is
in the
true.
Finals. This is my season.
That is true.
And yet, like you said, it's been a long
Most
road
amount
for
of
you this season.
misses
And like you
he's
said,
had.
again, not necessarily your greatest match today. What can you take away from this match that you think is going to help you improve going forward in the tournament? Because let's face it, you're going into the finals and the competition's not getting any easier.
Yeah, definitely. I think strategy really helped us today. I mean, we knew that Ethan might be a little bit weaker on Wizarding World. We had that plan prepped. We had a couple different options. And sticking with fantasy sci-fi, that was my call. If we had Respawn there, there's a possibility of the knockout, but there's a possibility
you're
that I
still
have
in
to
the
answer
lead
my
by 8
contract.
points. That
It
it's
really
gotta count for
depends. I
something.
think we made a safe bet, but a smart one against the opponent we're playing today. We didn't take as much of a risk as we could have. I think we made the smart play. So really, when it comes to who's ever next, I think it's just continue to make the smart plays, continue to do your homework on your opponent, continue to, and I got the knowledge, you just got to make the right decisions in the moment.
Yeah, how much of that, giving him, obviously, Harry Potter in the second round, Wizarding World, how much of that was paying attention to his weaknesses in round one, or, was actually homework on y'all's part before the match even started?
A little bit of both. I mean, when he played Paul, he missed what I thought was a pretty gettable round one Harry Potter question. He missed another, not a little bit harder today, but he missed another Harry Potter question in round one. So I knew he had been studying up a little bit, but I still knew that, that's a franchise you cannot master in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month,
that's
years. And really, to really know it deeply, you need to have grown up with it. So I knew that whether the miss in round one or not, I knew it was going to be a little bit of a weaker category for him.
So let's talk about the finals. Moose Haas, rookie, Saul, second season, like yourself. Do you have a preference of who you're going to face?
No, because I think I can TKO either of them, honestly. I think both are great competitors. I think Saul played a great game against Hannah, a really smart game as far as, strategy. I think he played a very smart, safe game against Hannah. Haas came out swinging against Chance. I have yet to see Saul perform in round 3. And as far as Haas goes, I think he might just be a little bit too inexperienced. I think he's a great player, but when you come up against the hive mind that is the Dungeons Inner Geekdom team, you're going to have to bring more than just being a good player,
Absolutely. Now, what was
You're
that?
muted, Kaiser.
You're muted, you stupid man!
Kaiser, did you need to add something?
Oh, he's not
Your
muted.
volume
He's
sound.
just
Anyways, Parker,
very low volume.
I'll talk to you about this a little bit more.
Yeah.
While Kaiser figures out how to work technology that we've been using for almost a year and a half.
He's working on it.
Look, you missed out on a title shot this season. You missed out on one last season. What is it that keeps evading you and keeping you from having that belt in your hand? And what does winning this tournament?
He's like
to
a
get that
video
shot
game
mean to
character.
you?
He comes up against the
I think it
big
means a lot
boss,
to me.
loses,
I
and
care a
then
lot
beats
about,
him in the next
stats and
try.
performance and records and that kind of thing. I have a great record. I have great stats, but I don't have the achievements. Right? I don't have that legacy. I don't have that title of one of the best playing in IG. And getting that championship, winning this tournament, that I think will solidify it or at least move it up in a lot of people's minds. So that it means a lot to me. It's something I really want. Missing out on both of those chances really sucked. But I took myself back up and I said, you know what? There's still time. I can still make it happen. Like I said at the start, it takes a little bit of luck to break your way, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of opportunity. The opportunity is there. I just have to seize it. And that's exactly what I've been doing. It's what I'm going to continue to do for this season.
How about now? Can we hear me now?
Oh,
Thank
wow.
God. Anyways, Kaiser.
That's
What?
pretty
I
loud.
can hear you, pal.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, this
Anyway.
is wonderful.
Oh,
Listen, real
great.
quick, Jen, before you get to an important question, because you're the best at what you do. I don't think it's fair that time travel is illegal. I plan on writing Senator Aaron McComb and try and get that bill overturned because I want to go back and relive every day that I beat Sam Levine. So if you guys out there could write Senator Aaron McComb, let's get time travel overturned once and for all.
That's,
Okay. Anyways, Kaiser, you've been out of it.
a
for
noble
little bit.
cause,
We haven't
I'll
seen
say
much
that.
of you.
It's a noble cause.
Whit's been doing a great job filling in for you, but I gotta ask, what's the situation between you two? What's this dynamic going on right now?
What do you mean? Like, are you suggesting something?
No, I'm just asking.
And me and Adam Witt are fine. Maybe sometimes we have conflicting coaching styles, but he did his job while I was gone. And, the boss is back in town, but we love Adam Witt. He's here to help us. And, he's a great coach.
All right, that's all I got for you. Anyways, congratulations on getting your mic working. Congratulations, Parker, on a fantastic match. And
Thank you.
best of luck in the finals, man.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Appreciate
Bye.
it.
All right, so there you go. And I love that Jen was asking Kaiser about what the hell we saw in that Schloth and Merle match. There seemed to be some dissension in the ranks. Kaiser's playing coy like it didn't happen. So either way,
It didn't happen.
nonetheless, Robert Parker is now doing what he's supposed to be doing and being this dominant player. And again, I like Robert Parker. I think Robert Parker is a great player, but Robert Parker has been in this position where you and I have both said, well, he's doing what he's supposed to do. And then somebody comes along and knocks him off the pedestal before he can get to prove that he is this great player. He's knowledgeable. He's really
Nudges him
knowledgeable.
off the
Can he
path.
get it done in a big game? We're going to find out soon.
Yeah, it may just be the expectations that he certainly places upon himself, not to mention all of the fans all around the Schmoedown universe. And so usually we think Jen's going to have an easier time interviewing Who Just Won, but because Who Just Won is managed by Kaiser, I have a feeling that it's going to be easier for her to talk to Ethan and Sam, the usual suspects. So Jen, I guess, enjoy.
Sam, I would like to ask you, is your microphone on?
My microphone is always on for you, Jen. This is... I almost enjoyed watching that post-match interview because we couldn't hear from Kaiser, which is how it should be. What was he saying? That he enjoys savoring every victory he gets over me? Is this the second one this year? I think the suspects are, 5-2?
Yeah, how many of their guys did we just beat like in the last month?
That is a weird thing to bring up, Kaiser, because it's looking a little bit like
that's why he
Pittsburgh
wants
Pirates
to
over there
relive
with
them
the
so
Milwaukee
much
Brewers.
because there aren't that many.
I'm glad you got your victory. Congratulations. Look, it's sweet of them to look at today's match as a victory. Obviously, they won the match, sure, but I'm sorry, when your star Intergeekdom player that you were putting in this tournament is in a position to go into round 2 with the opponent having already gone and you still maintain a 2-point lead, and you can't end that match with a KO that gets you an extra point above the win, that is straight up leaving points on the table.
Yep.
And I have nothing but love and respect for Robert Parker, and I guess
Kaiser.
love for Kaiser. But that can't be viewed as a dominant victory. They left points on the table in a match that was a slam dunk for them on paper. So I count that as a huge victory for my boy Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan, it wasn't your greatest performance today. I think that you would even say that. Wizarding World, what happened?
What happened is
multiple
I have never
choice.
seen those movies, and that was the one that I'm like. And by the way, I've never made a.
I hate to break this to you. Not knowing a lot about Harry Potter is a huge blind spot in Intergeekdom.
Kinda, a little bit.
250 movies. The man is
only 8. Come on.
Bo Jackson over here.
It's one of the smallest categories in IG. What are you talking about?
At the premiere in Leicester Square.
Technically 10 movies. Okay,
of, the
I'll
last movie.
give you that.
I don't mean to do it. It's just I read 100 pages into the first book. I just couldn't do it. And I was like, well, look, everything else on there, I felt pretty good about. And I'm like,
the first 100 pages of the book aren't really the most interesting
And Ben Bateman told us,
you know what I mean.
every time you do a respin, it's going to be opponent's choice. So maybe he's right. No, look, it was this was the match I thought I was going to have last time. So I'm fine. This is how I thought I was going to go with Paul. So the fact that I got to have, one extra round is great. Obviously, Robert played awesomely. It was great to be right up there with him in round 1. Obviously I had a couple steals I could have gotten in round 2, but that's all right. And then, there were some toughies for me. And, if I want to do it again next year, I got a lot to work on. But, no, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to do it.
And absolutely. And obviously with you being out of the IG tournament now, you get to really take your time and focus on teams and singles and defending your title. You're having an amazing season, just like they said to you before the match even started, and really coming into your own, honestly. How are you managing all of this? Because I can't imagine the weight of the world and that belt being on your shoulders at this point when you're handling so much.
Look, I've got a great group of folks behind me. I've got a great teammate in Liz. It's really, I just do it one match at a time. This one clearly I should have studied a little more for, but no, I feel really good about, I guess the final exam one will have aired, but the fact that one, went as far as it did, and the fact that we ended up beating those guys was mind-blowing to me. And so, look, again, for me, it's gravy to go and play, Shazam. I can't wait to play Marisol. It's great. I'm just, again, I'm excited to get to focus on those matches.
Absolutely. So looking ahead to next year, do you still think you're going to throw your hat back in the ring for IG? Do you think you're really going to sit down during this off season and really hammer through those Harry Potter movies?
If I do, then I will definitely come back.
Let's get away from IG. Let's talk teams. Let's talk Lightning Time versus Shazam. How are you guys feeling about this match coming up?
I feel really good about it. I mean, look, Liz last year beat Bibiani. I feel like they have a big record, but Brendan in singles is, I think, just even. So, no, I think we have a pretty good shot. I mean, we made it this far. We beat some amazing teams. So, look, you never know, but I feel really good about it.
Okay. Last question for you. At the Cantina on September 12th, you're for an audience. You are going to be playing in an incredibly historic match. You have a chance to be part of a club to defend the title, if you do it. Marisol will be the first woman to potentially win it, first African-American woman. It's like, how big of a history-making moment in Schmoedown do you feel like this is for you all to be a part of?
Sam, you want to take that?
Sure, it's historic one way or the other, and
absolutely
has an Asian American. Well, I guess Paul actually, yeah. So the second, but he didn't defend, so you can be the first one to defend.
Yes,
there we
exactly.
go. We got to find the history where we can, folks. Right?
Yeah.
Look, it's going to be historic one way or the other. As a fan, I'm going to be fine seeing either player win because they're certainly both worthy champions. As a manager, of course, I'm pulling for Ethan. But the real winners are going to be the fans.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a great match. I expect it to be a competitive match, a little bit more competitive than today. And to that end, Parker, if you want to jump in there and play Ethan in a singles match, we'll spot you 5 points.
You'll spot him?
Yeah.
It's a handicap match?
Yeah, why not? We like to keep it fair. We didn't get no handicap. We don't need no handicap.
I'll let the powers that be, mold that one over. But anyway,
I just want justice for my boy. That was a rough round 2. This could have been a much closer match, but it is what it is, and I am so proud of Ethan for what he did today. How many other players can say they won a belt and won in a division they don't play in the same season? Not a whole lot.
Many.
You'd have to ask Frankie Numbers that. I'm pretty.
That's
I don't
me,
deal
baby.
with numbers.
I think that's one and done right here.
Well, tough loss today, gentlemen. But Ethan, I think you're going to be plenty busy the rest of the season. So buckle up.
All right.
It's going to be a fun ride.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
All right, everybody. So there you go. Ethan Erwin. He, I think Sam's right. Sam is absolutely 100% right there. To win in a division he wasn't supposed to play in. The only reason he was in it is because Amador Moses won the #1 contender match and is now playing the winner of Mike and Chandru. So that's the fact that he goes in there, wins that match against Paul. That is a notch in his cap that he's always going to be able to have.
There is no sham balloon.
Yeah, or a feather. I mean, look, here's the thing, is that Ethan is always ready for a scrap when it comes to movie trivia in general. And like him, I haven't seen either of the Wizarding World movies that are Fantastic Beasts. I was in the theater for him. I just fell asleep as soon as the film started, and thank goodness I did. But when you look at the landscape of Inner Geekdom, Christian, Robert Parker has the chance to live up to the hype that everybody's put on him since day one of his Schmoedown career. Yeah. Will he be able to do it? The competition is going to be tall, but Robert Parker has been waiting for this opportunity for a long time.
Look, and he basically called his shot against whether it was Moses or Saul, who I'm sure are both going to take some. They're going to be pissed off about it. When you look at it, he said he's going to TKO.
He said Moose.
Either one of them. And that's the kind of fire and kind of spark that Parker's always had.
There's a little bit of a difference, yeah.
Can he deliver on it? We're going to find out. And that match is
not
coming
the same
up
thing. It sounds
right
like
around
it is,
the
but
corner,
it's
and
not.
I'm talking about Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, for patrons, for people who are patrons, you're going to check that out on Monday. Saul versus Moose Haas. This has been a hell of a tournament, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great tournament so far. All the tournaments are going on. And if you want to get a chance to be part of that historic match and you want to see Ethan Erwin versus Marisol McKee, go to the Schmoedownlive.com, get to the Scum and Villainy Cantina, get a ticket. That's an exclusive event. It won't be on live stream, won't be pay-per-view. You'll be able to see it before anyone else, but there's exclusive tickets, only a few tickets left for that one. What a match that's going to be.
Grab those tickets before they sell out. Then the only issue you're going to have is trying to keep a secret what happened in the match until it actually airs to the public. I mean, what an exciting event that is going to be. Just like the rest of the season here in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, we have the New York event. In October, we have the Downtown LA event. In December, and you get tickets for those at the Schmoedownlive.com as well. A whole lot of excitement as we start to look towards tournament season, towards the end of Season 8, War.
So for Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. Thank you to our great team over here at Skybound. and we will see you very soon.
Okay, so think a lot of people did expect this, but I mean, you know, Sam, as a manager, should gotta take the victories where you can find them. He's right. This probably could have been a KO victory for Parker. Ended up not being the case because Parker once again got ahead of himself, just like he did in that Chan face match, where he really he thought he'd do better at a category he wasn't 100% sure on, which of course that's what ended up losing him the match. And yeah, I think the kid's really got to get his head out of his own ass and start to actually play the game to win, not just, you know, to impress people. That's just my point of view on this. I mean, even I picked up a couple of questions in that round 2 match that he missed. So what does that tell you? Anyways, speaking of which, I answered 14 questions correctly, meaning that not only I answered more correct questions than Ethan, I also ended up with a much higher score than he did at the very end there. And he obviously played for more points. So, yeah, clearly, this was one of my better matches, which I honestly, I really needed. I've been a little lackluster in some of my most recent IG reaction videos, and so I'm happy that I can pull off 14 points a match still in this game. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say for now, and I'll see you guys some other time with some more Schmoedown stuff. So, until then, everybody, Schmoedown! Hello again, everybody! I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.